Hello, everyone, and happy Wednesday. I hope that you all are having a wonderful start to your June. Um, it's been the best weather ever so far. I'm actually super enjoying it. I'm just going to do my due diligence again before I start the recipe. And we still have a couple minutes, but I just want to make sure that everything is working well. Due diligence. Okay. Well, we could hear that one. Um, Let me just make sure it's working on the other page, and it looks like it. Perfect. All right, and I'm going to keep that up in case any questions are asked. Um, Perfect. So apologies for this setup. I'm going to have to, I know there's something with like dual screens that you can do, so I'm going to have to figure that out. Sometime soon for food demos, but I am really excited to demonstrate this super easy demo today. um, I am all about like using fresh herbs and spices for the summer. I have a lot of herbs out on my deck. I have some in a garden plot, and then um, I have some out in like some veggies out in buckets in my front yard, and they weren't supposed to be in my front yard. But when I wanted to plant my garden, little baby bunnies were born and took over my one of my garden plots, or garden beds, and so I could not move them and could not plant my garden. So I decided to just do buckets in the front of my house, and so we're going to see how that goes. I will definitely keep you posted on if my cabbage grows, if my squash grows, and if my tomatoes grow. Hopefully they all do. Fingers are crossed. But right now everything is flourishing on my deck. And so I have cilantro on my deck, I have chives on my deck, I have basil, oregano, thyme, rosemary, parsley, and then peppermint too, and some fennel. Fennel is new for me this year to grow, and same with the peppermint. So I'm excited to start implementing those in teas, or even drying some of the herbs, and using them for teas, or dried dried seasoning for different things. So I'll definitely keep you posted on my gardening journey as the summer progresses. This time, the cilantro is not from my garden, but rather we're needing to really use up some cilantro that I bought from the store last week. So I've been, thinking about how can I utilize this instead of using it, just as a garnish on things, or using it as um, in rice dishes or things like that. I wanted to try something different. And so I'm really excited because 2 cups of cilantro in here, it's going to help make a delicious sauce. And we're going to put some garlic along with it, some um, lemon juice, and some salt, and some cayenne pepper and red pepper flakes. And I hope I mentioned garlic, and then some olive oil too. So it's really easy. So unlike all of my other all of my other lives that tend to be 30 minutes, this one's going to be a lot quicker. And then it's nice to see that you can make a sauce really quickly. Use it on salad dressings. Use it on sandwiches, which is I'm gonna use it as part of a wrap today. And I might dip some carrots in it later too, or some other fresh veggies. You can use it to put on meat too. Maybe if you wanted to even try to marinate some meat with it, or just use it as a nice garnishing topping or sauce to go on your meat. You could try it with like sweet potatoes, or white potatoes, that kind of stuff too. Yeah, so many different things. Um, but this is not my recipe. I got this from the Hidden Veggie, and kind of tweaked it a little bit with what I had on hand. And so her recipe calls for 2 cups of cilantro, which is what I have. Obviously, I have more too, but 3 cloves of garlic, which I have fresh garlic, and a fourth cup of lime juice, but I'm going to be doing a fourth cup of lemon juice. A lot of times those can, be used interchangeably. 1 jalapeno seeded, or she recommends using half teaspoon red pepper flakes. So I'm going to do the half teaspoon red pepper flakes, but I'm also going to add a little bit of cayenne to add a little more spice. And half teaspoon salt, which I have, and third cup of an oil. And I'm going to be using olive oil. So, I mean, you could try it with avocado oil if you wanted. Um, you could try it with, I I mean, I would typically go with olive oil or avocado oil. Um, you could see if it works with like a nut oil, like a walnut oil. That could potentially be really, have that nutty taste to it. So that could be really good too. But there are different things that you can do. So with that all being said, let's get started. And I just want to let you know that you will not be able to see my face, but you will be able to see what I'm doing. And I will be talking as I'm going as well. So, all right, to get started, I already washed my cilantro and made sure that all of the long stems were removed. So we have the 2 cups of cilantro in here. I measured out some lemon juice, and it's 100% natural lemon juice. You obviously using fresh lemons is going to be the best, or the limes that she recommends. And I think it was 2 to 3 limes equal about a third cup, or a fourth cup. Sorry, a fourth cup, not a third cup, but a fourth cup. So I'm going to add that in here right now. I'm going to add in, I have the red pepper flakes and the salt, and that is half teaspoon of each, or you can do the 1 jalapeno and have it seeded. And then I have the 3 garlic cloves. So add those, and I was going to add some cayenne pepper in there too, for that little extra spice, because I love some spice. I love heating things up in the summer. Actually, having spicier foods in the summer is really good for your digestive system. So the heat internally matches the heat externally of the environment, which makes it easier for your body to digest. The cold foods that we tend to love during the summertime can really actually disrupt our gut, because it's so cold that it can actually slow our gut microbiome and slow our gut transit. So it can make it harder for our body to digest those foods. So I am just going to quickly blend some of this. Wonderful. And then I am going to measure out oil, and that is a third cup of oil. Doo-doo. And I'm only going to add a little bit at a time to help make sure that the consistency of this sauce kind of stays creamier. It's easier if you have a food processor, or if I had used my other container that has an opening that I could just pour while things are blending. It helps to create a creamier consistency and less thin. I'm just doing a little bit at a time. And what I really, really love about cilantro and garlic and that combination, it's a great flavor. But I guess I will talk more after I get this blended. right, so it is, oh, it smells so good. Last part, and then I can discuss why I am so excited for this sauce and in using cilantro and why it is a staple in my household when it's in season, I should say. All right, perfect. So we have it. We're done. That's our sauce. And I probably took more time than I needed to because that's just how I roll. Oh, it smells so good. So as you can see, hopefully you can see it. But it is thicker, very tasty as well. And it will be a great addition to sandwiches. Again, I'm going to use it as salad dressings. 2 tablespoons is a serving, and it makes 6 servings. So obviously you could do more, especially if you have a whole bunch of cilantro like I do. But what I'm so excited about is both cilantro and garlic are very detoxifying for the body. So a lot of us with autoimmune conditions, fibromyalgia, actually all of us just walking around, we can start to accumulate these toxins. We all accumulate toxins. So using these fresh herbs and spices can really help our body detoxify and detoxify appropriately. And so cilantro, especially, and I understand that it's a very, either you love it or you loathe it. It has a very distinct flavor profile. So either people really like it or people think it's a little soapy tasting. And that's where you can also dress it up with all these other flavorings too. But it has so many nutritional benefits to it, so many micronutrients in it. Oh, yay. I'm so happy that you think it looks delicious. So many micronutrients in it. Oh, that was Allie. Thank you. I was just seeing who it was, and you guys got to hear me repeat that. Thank you, Allie. Yes, it is. It's really tasty. I highly recommend trying it. I'm sure you guys probably use cilantro so much at your house. It's just, yeah, one of the staples here. And again, it's really detoxifying for the body. So cilantro especially is a great heavy metal detoxifier. So it helps loosen up the heavy metals that might, that we accumulate in our daily lives. And unfortunately, we do accumulate them. But it can help loosen up any lead, mercury, arsenic, aluminum, cadmium. It helps loosen these up from the tissue so that our body can actually rid of these heavy metals. So we don't want to have these heavy metals in our body. We don't want to accumulate these heavy metals. We want to make sure our body can detoxify them properly. So utilizing cilantro is one great way of doing so. And garlic is also a great detoxifier because of the sulfur compounds in it. So together they go hand in hand and work really well in a combination. Then you get these healthy fats too from, the olive oil, making sure that you're getting high quality olive oil. A little sodium in there to help with some flavoring. But sodium is also really good for your electrolytes. We need enough sodium, but we don't want to get it from the processed foods. We don't want to get it from the packaged stuff. Having fresh whole foods and then adding a little bit of, some high quality salt can be really, really beneficial. And then obviously the citrus, the lemon, the lime, the vitamin C from that, but then the great flavor. Acids can also really help with detoxifying with our body as well, and just help keep our systems going. Like everything works so synergistically. Nothing works solo. So this is why I'm so excited to show you this recipe. It's just one super easy way of getting something incredibly healthy into your body that does favors for you. So it is helping with your detoxification, especially for people with fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, autoimmune conditions. Our bodies are needing some help with detoxification, and so this is one great way of doing so, and utilizing it in sauces and bringing in great flavors so that when you're eating healthy, it doesn't have to taste bad. And it doesn't taste bad. Like we have these fresh flavors, and this is just one way of making sure that you can do that. So, along with, you know, cilantro being very, very detoxifying and helping with those heavy metals getting out of our body, it also can help protect against oxidative stress. It also can help reduce anxiety, aids in blood sugar regulation, can support our heart health. Same with our garlic, that can help support our health too. And this was raw garlic, which has even like more benefits as well. Raw garlic is very antiviral, antimicrobial, antibacterial, so it can really help people when they have colds or any infections. It helps aid your immune system. Cilantro also has a compound called quercetin in it, which is very, very supportive for our immune system. Again, a lot of us who have chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, um, autoimmune conditions, our immune systems are out of whack. And so we want to support them. And cilantro and garlic are definitely two ways of doing so. Um, Cilantro can also help any upset in your GI system or any GI distress. It can protect against food poisoning, which makes sense, obviously, because it helps our detoxification system. And it can help regulate proper endocrine function and hormone balance for women, too. And there's so much more. And as you can see, it's this beautiful dark green color, which means that it is full of plant compounds and polyphenols and antioxidants. So it's very supportive for our organs and tissues overall. So I hope that you try this recipe. If you are a cilantro lover, make sure that you are utilizing it because it does so much for the body. It is so great for the body. So here's another way of using it, incorporating into sauces. You can even do like a cilantro yogurt sauce. I just can't do dairy, so otherwise I would have done a yogurt sauce probably. But for those who can do dairy, try it as a cilantro yogurt sauce. It can be so good for dipping, for sandwich spreads, for what I just mentioned before. Even putting it on meats or your proteins, or your potatoes, that rice, whatever it is. But start utilizing your sauces and, utilize the flavors of summer because there are so many great flavors and they all have a great effect on our body. So this is just one food demonstration on how to utilize those fresh herbs. You can even add basil in there too if you wanted to. Obviously, my mind just keeps going when I get excited. But that's what I have for you today. Please let me know if you do make this and what your thoughts are. If you have any questions, or wanting any other ideas, I would love to do more food demos for you. So if you have any suggestions on what you'd like to see, I can definitely do some demos for you regarding what you would like. So I hope that you found this beneficial, helpful, gave you a good idea of a quick sauce that maybe you want to incorporate tonight for a meal. But with that being said, I hope that you all have a great rest of your Wednesday and you all take care. Until next time.